Well, GM, G to the M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up for Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by the 589th episode of Forge and Fuel and hang out with my guys and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, we got one hell of a show on tap for you here today on this beautiful, nay, terrific Tuesday morning, October the 15th, 2024. And I hope you're ready to wake up like never before because we got more vibes, more perspectives, and more insights than you're going to know what to do with as we get this proverbial show car drifting around the corners of change. But before we can get it up to a nice coasting speed, we must humbly ask you to do a few things. If you haven't already, and you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so, maybe you could take a quick second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell as well right over yonder so you never miss a live show or any additional content dropping from the Diamond Hand Media Group. If you're also watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that like button. If you find something in this show of value, smash that bad boy right over yonder there too. If you're watching on X, hit that like, hit that repost. Hell, even hit that quote post. Let the people know why you're showing up to Forge and Fuel this morning. If you're watching on Facebook, share that out, hit that like button. And if you're listening to Forge and Fuel on your favorite podcast directory like Spotify or Apple Music, maybe you could hit that follow right now or leave us a 5-star rating. We certainly appreciate the hell out of you when you do that over there on those podcast directories. And we appreciate each and every one of you that helps that algorithm get going and flowing each and every day. And hey, if this show makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you think, makes you go, I never thought of it that way before. Well, don't be a hoe, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, and we will proceed with this morning's flow. Now, you might know I've said we a few times, but you've only seen me. I'm the only one here on your screen, and you might be saying, who is this we you speak of? Cap, we see no one else around with you. Well, he may not be here, but he's here with us on the show. My friends, I couldn't just sit here all morning long and blab to you because I only have so much perspective. We need another somebody on this show to turn that coin over and check out the other perspective, to give you a little something maybe I didn't say, to fill in the blanks wherever I leave them, baby. So my friends, it is officially time to welcome on the one and only, with an emphasis on the one. He's here now, joining us, the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club. A professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog, more songs in there than you know what to do with at a club on a Saturday night, was the soundbar this past weekend, making him a human iPod. What? A purveyor of positive vibes. What? A curator of high-level energies. What? A certified PLP pusher. What? The jet plane flying. What? The McLaren driving. What? The Rolex rocking. What? Our traveling man, always getting on a tin can, go to peak some mission in a foreign land. What? He is the one and the only, with an emphasis on the one. What? He's DJ Swirl One. Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing over there?
Man, if I wasn't feeling good before, I'm definitely feeling good after that intro. How could you not like that? Man, that was fire. I appreciate it. Shout out to DZ, Mr. Producer, with the sound effects back there. We are fired up for it. Taco Tuesday. If you don't know, Taco Tuesday is one of my favorite days of the week. Why? Well, because you're already kicked in motion. You got yourself some momentum, and you're hopefully steaming down the road to a Friday of a kick-ass week. Well, that's where I'm at. I do have to do a little bit of travel today. Shout out Nick's travel vlogs. I saw you earlier in the chat. What's up? How you doing? Shout out to everybody who's actually putting something in the chat. If you wouldn't mind, if you want to be shouted out in the show, you could just put something in any one of the chats that you're a part of. Right now, you go on YouTube, put it there. You can put it over on the X app, and we can read it there too. And we might just be able to flash it right on screen and welcome you or thank you for being part of the Forge and Fuel fam. So, my friends, all I got to say is this. It's a great day to be alive, a great day to get some movement in. Don't forget, I'm always remind you, you're going to need some of this water right there. That's very important, okay? Get a lot of that. And then, of course, your favorite Java. I like mine, JB. So hopefully that's how you like it. I think Colt's the same way, JB. So shout out to everybody here. I think we got a little bit of things to talk about, maybe adversity. I don't know. Worst enemy, best friend. Not sure. Maybe we'll find out here very soon. But I appreciate you being here and waking up on the right side of the bed because Forge and Fuel, man, we're going to get you some of that fired up feeling to get you going today.
You better believe it.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Baby! Ooh! What? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fantastic. Got my Ralph Waldo Emerson cup in hand this morning. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Shout out, Ralph. One time for the one time. what do you got rocking over there? Just a little basic bitch this
I
morning, or you got something
the
special?
classic black.
Oh,
Yeah, hey, just so you know, I got a few of these in the pocket. There's the blue ones. I still have it brand new in the box, never been touched. So
Ain't that
who's to
pretty?
say, who's to know? Maybe we give one away sometime. Maybe this show.
Well, it's not like we have the ability to run some secret phrase picker or anything in the live chat to where you'd have to be in the live chat and enter in a secret phrase and where we could do a magic spin wheel off of that secret phrase. Not like we have that ability or anything. Who's to say, who's to know, Swirl One?
Just ideas off the top of the dome as I'm sitting here thinking, what do you do with a nice 20-ounce Yeti like this?
I mean,
Like
that's
with
gorgeous.
blue.
That's just gorgeous. That's gorgeous
Can't even
right there. I
think
mean, I'd be pretty proud to walk around with that in my hand. Who's to say, who's to know? I don't know much, but I do know one thing, that I'd like to start this day off with a little chuckle, a little laugh, because as Jim Valvano said, in order to have a full day every single day, you got to laugh, you got to cry, and you got to think. And what we do on this show, we start off with a nice laugh. And this morning, my friends, ooh, do I got one. Now, you may have seen me post this couple. I don't know if it's a brother and sister or if it's a couple. You may have seen me post a video of theirs from my personal account if you follow me on X a while back ago. And every once in a while, I find another one of their videos, and every time they get me. So, my friends, this morning, this wonderful couple, or brother and sister, I'm not exactly sure the dynamic there, is going to show us, model for us, a brand new sweatshirt that was just bought.
Why you didn't tie your strings?
I don't need to tie the string. I don't want to tie the string.
Tie your,
I don't want to tie it, Terry.
tie your strings up. Put your hood on your head. Tie your
If I
strings.
want it tied, I would have tied it.
What the hood look like on the jacket?
What hood?
You got ain't that jacket got a hood
I
on?
got a hood on it.
Well, put it on your
I
head.
don't need no hood on it.
Put it on your head and see what it look
the
like.
fuck I need the hood on? You know how a hood when people wear a hood? You know how it look? I don't need no damn hood.
Can you pull that hat off your head and put the?
This motherfucking girl about to drive me fucking crazy. Damn, ask me the same. That's how I look, goddammit.
Turn around.
How a fucking hood look with
That's
on
what I'm saying.
motherfucking head. Shit.
He said,
When he mimics her laugh. He said, you know what my fucking hood likes, damn it.
Surprise, motherfucker.
yeah. Hey, he just looks over. He's like,
And then she starts wheezing. He gets so fucking mad.
I tell you, I have a lot of hoodies, and I very rarely put the hood up, man. I don't ever. I mean, unless it's raining. I mean, that's about the only thing I would do. I believe in that guy. I like his candor.
Oh man, he's funny as shit. He's good. There's another one of them where she makes him a mask out of a bra. Could you please try the mask on? Can you please try the mask on? He said, "This ain't no mask. This is a damn titty." Oh, that couple's absolutely hilarious. He said, "You ain't fooling me. This is a damn titty." He says,
Man, I just want to have a relationship like that where my girl's messing with me. I might just get totally mad about it, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I would never let nobody mess with me like this. You're lucky you get this on me. That's what I need in my life, is something like that. Keep it fun and fresh, man. Let's just go for it.
Who's to say, who's to know? There's your morning chuckle, my friends. Brand new sweatshirt. Did you tie the strings? Let me see the hood. What's going on?
I don't want to. Yeah, if I wanted them tied, I would have tied them.
Oh, shit, that gets me every time. Sorry. Oh, I got afterburners. Holy shit. All right, my friends. Whoo. We got a nice little chuckle going on here this morning. Looking at the agenda of the day, we got some good stuff to get into. As a reminder, if you don't know, you won't know, but you can send questions into the show if you're not in the live chat, or maybe you're not able to make a show, or whatever the case. Maybe you want it a little more anonymous. I don't know. But whatever it is, you can send emails to the show. You see it down there in the ticker to askfnf@thedhmgroup.io, and we will bring those questions over to the show and answer them on the third segment of the day, Answers from the Anvil, baby. But speaking of segments, I suppose it's time to stop playing around, stop jacking around, stop messing around, and get a little serious. get into it and get this proverbial showboat surfing the waves of change as we dive into the first segment of the day. It is time for your sharpening session. Alrighty, my friends. I'm excited about this morning. I can't lie because I get an opportunity to tell one of my favorite stories. Ain't told it in a very long time. It's probably been all the way back to like Java and Jams episode 200 something. I don't know. It's been a long time. And I know we got some new friends, new faces, new members. A lot of people who may not have heard this story. And I was sitting there last night and I thought, where do we go? What do we talk about? I don't want to be repetitive, but I want to bring something new and fresh. And, ooh, I like this thought. And I thought about adversity. And if you haven't read the title of the day, here is your title: Adversity, Your Worst Enemy and Your Best Friend. Your worst enemy and your best friend. You ever thought about that? You ever taken some time to really dive into adversity? What it is, what it means, why it's in your life? Well, if not, maybe this morning is the exact thing you need to hear. But in order to help you understand why adversity is your worst enemy and your best friend all at the same time, I got to tell you a little story, a story about the codfish and the catfish. And some of you may know this story. You may have heard it before, and maybe I'm the first person to tell you. So if you don't know, you won't know. But cod is one of the most popular fish in the entire US of A. I mean, it's your fillet of fish. It's at your fast food chains. It's all over the doggone nation. It goes everywhere. It's because it's an easy fish. It's not a big fishy flavor. It's hearty. It's robusty. Everybody loves the mouthfeel. It's a great fish. But did you know when they first decided that they were going to start shipping cod nationwide, that it was the standard of fish, that they couldn't figure out how to do it? Say, what do you mean, Cap? You just take a fucking fish, throw him in a well, and send him somewhere. Get him figured. See you later, alligator. What do you mean? That's not that hard. Well, here's what was happening. So first, the cod, they come from the eastern seaboard, and they have to ship them out all west, right? And what would happen, they would catch these cod, and they would say, well, what do we do? You know what? Let's just take care of it for all of our people we're going to be shipping it to. We'll break it down. We'll cut it down into the sizes they want. We'll package it up. We'll keep it in the freezer, and we'll ship it off in these freezer trucks. Well, what happened when they would do this, they would ship it all the way over there, and when it would get to its destination, it would be real lumpy and nasty, and the freeze would start to kind of come off of it, and then it would start to kind of just disintegrate apart, and it was this real soft, flaky. It didn't have that firm robustness of the cod. So the guys that were getting the orders, they were pretty upset, and they were saying, what the hell is this? This ain't the cod that we had on vacation while we were in the Hamptons. We were over there. We had this. We wanted to bring this back to our customers. This ain't what we asked for. So the guys back on the eastern seaboard, they say, all right, what are we going to do now? Well, they decided, okay, you know what? All right. Okay. We can't cut them up. We can't cut them up. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be the good idea. We can't. Okay. So, I got it, says one guy. They were all sitting around the table one day. And he says, you know what? We'll get these specialty trucks, and we'll fill these trucks full of water, and we'll put the codfish in the water trucks. And then as soon as they get there, we'll send them over to the people. Bam, right there. They're live in prime time. They can see them alive. So they would put these live cod into the live wells of the truck and ship them all over the nation. But it was getting even worse. When they would ship them over there, they would begin to break down the fish, and there was nothing to the fish. It was absolutely just falling apart. They had no meat even on the bones. They were just so thin and frail, and it was insane. It was even worse than when they were pre-packaging and cutting up. They couldn't believe it. What are we doing? We thought we had the idea. So now the customers were even more mad. They were even more agitated. They were saying, what the hell are you doing? Stop sending us bullshit cod. We want that stuff we ate in the Hamptons last year, and we want to give that to our customers. So the guys get back to the table. They start thinking a little bit, and they say, wait a minute. What does that codfish have to deal with in the wild? Doesn't he have an enemy out there? Say, yeah, you know what? One of the master fishermen pops up. He says, yeah, you know what? I don't know why I've never mentioned this, but in the wild, codfish have a natural enemy of the catfish. And all their entire life, that ornery little catfish is always picking at the codfish. It doesn't matter where they are, deep water, shallow water, bottom, high, that catfish is always giving that codfish shit. What if we put a catfish in the tank with the codfish and then shipped them? He said, now why the hell would we do that? So, well, if we put that catfish, if even only one ornery catfish, if we put it in there with 15 codfish, it would chase them codfish around that tank for the entire destination of where they ever needed to go. And then we would have strong, swimming, robust cod that were making it to our customers. Oh, all right. Sounds like a pretty good idea. I like the thought of that. May work, may not. All right. So they come to agreement, and that's what they do. They fill these. They already got the trucks with the live wells. They don't need to figure that out. So they start filling the live wells back up, dumping the cod in, and then one catfish goes in. And from the eastern seaboard to every single destination, that ornery little catfish would chase all those codfish all over that tank. And by the time they would reach their destination, those codfish would be strong, meaty, flavorful. When they would break them down to serve them to their customers, they had never seen anything like it before. It was the cod that they had eaten on the Hamptons. And they said, oh my gosh, this is what we were looking for. Holy smokes. How did you make it happen? He said, well, we just put the natural enemy of the codfish in the tank with them, the catfish, and it keeps them active, keeps them swimming, keeps them going the entire time to when they make it to you. So what's the moral of the story? If you haven't drawn the lines in between the dots yet, adversity is just like that catfish. And we need, as codfish, those catfish in our life to keep us on our toes, to keep us alive, to keep us alert, to keep us evolving. That codfish is the adversity of life. And did you notice how they didn't need to put 15 catfish in that live well? It was only one. Only one problem can keep you on your toes. Only one adversity can keep you evolving. Only one adversity can help you reach the next level of your life, get you from the eastern seaboard all the way to the west coast. And the title of the show today, opening topic, adversity, your worst enemy and your best friend. How is that possible? Well, just like that catfish, maybe it might be that ornery son of a bitch that is always picking at you, always making you swim around the tank. But maybe it's that thing that makes you strong, bold, and beautiful. See, when adversity comes around, it can be your worst enemy. It can be a trial. It can be a tribulation. It can be the walls closing in and shit hitting the fan. And oh my gosh, you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to go through that thing. You know that you have to get out of that door, go into the hallway and start walking down it, but you don't want to go down that hallway. It's your worst enemy. You don't want to look that trial or tribulation in the eye, but it can become your best friend if you simply choose to and you turn it into a triumph. That is how it becomes your best friend. Adversity can become your best friend when you simply realize it's in your life to help you learn and grow. Anytime adversity is present in your life, you know that there is an opportunity at foot for you to get better. If there is a trial or tribulation in your path, you must know that triumph is on the way. But that is all on you. That is all on your mindset. You have to get up with the willingness to go through every trial, every tribulation. When inevitably it comes your way, we can never escape adversity. Every single one of us deals with it. And when it inevitably comes your way, you can either turn and cower, say, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want this no more. No. Or you can stand tall and say, why is this happening to me? What do I need to learn? Where am I going? This might be the worst moment of my life, but I guarantee I can turn it into the best. That's what it means to make adversity your worst enemy and your best friend. And in this moment, when that happens, inevitably again, maybe you're in the rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorns, you're skipping through the poppy fields right now. But inevitably, when that adversity comes up, When shit starts hitting the fan, make this choice. Go grab a towel, chuckle a little bit, say, damn, how'd that shit get on that ceiling? Motherfuck. And start cleaning. And just maybe you might turn that thing into a triumph. You just might learn what you were supposed to learn. You just might get to where you wanted to get. But if you keep viewing adversity and all these bad things as here to hurt you and take away from you, then you're never going to become the best version of you. So adversity can become your best friend. If you realize when it's present in your life, it's simply here to help you learn and grow. Embrace it and just go with the flow. Who's to say, who's to know, Swirl One?
Bro, I like it. I wrote down all kinds of things, and it's funny because you were saying something as I was writing it. So talk about telepathy going on. And I mean,
Little
to
ESPN.
the word. Hey, we have ESPN. We know it's going to happen before it happens, just so you know. Tune in. That's what I'm saying. But I'll say this. The things that I like the most about that is, you know, sometimes in life you have to find your catfish. There's a lot of people that grow up in life and they're given everything by their mom, their dad, or they're babied because maybe they're a good athlete or something. You never know. But those people generally have a tougher time at life because once they get away from that, whatever it was that was protecting them, they don't understand how to handle the rest of it. They start to fall apart like everything else in the world. And that's why I said movement, find a catfish, right? And you said it. Hey, that catfish could be the thing that makes you want to change. Maybe the catfish is, hey, I hate seeing myself in the mirror like this. That could be it. That could be, hey, I can't believe how far I've fallen. Let me get back on the horse. Hey, that catfish could be, man, I'm sick of paying my bills late. Man, I need to pay this on time. Maybe that catfish, maybe that's where you say, hey, you know what? I've been trying to buy this house and I can't seem to buy the house because I've got this or that, or I need to save more money. Maybe that's the catfish that helps you to move in the direction that creates you a win. And I don't care who you are. It takes a lot of catfish in a lot of different ways to create your life. You're going to find different catfish of bigger, smaller species. And every time you move, you got to understand that sometimes when you're in a room, seeing your enemy in the room, sometimes it's yourself, really makes you work harder because you know there's no other way to stop that enemy other than to get to work. A lot of things we do it to ourselves. What's our part in it, right? We're the ones that put us in that situation. So at what point do we stop doing those things that got us in that, start finding a catfish, putting it in the room with us and going to battle with the catfish? I mean, why wouldn't we do that? Look it dead in the face and punch it right in the mouth and say, hey, you know what? I'm done getting beat up by you. It's over. I'm taking over my life. And you talk about adversity. You know, that's why they talk about people with silver spoons. I've seen a lot of people with silver spoons who have been given everything their whole life. And I was watching a video yesterday, and this guy he's very astute, does a lot of things. He has a business about $350 million a year. And I was learning from what his aspirations were and how he started. And he's just like us. He started doing something simple and it kind of snowballed. The next thing you know, he's got, you know, a huge business and he's providing for so many different people. And in that, he talks about his kids. And he says, you know, the one thing about me is I didn't have anything when I grew up. So I had to learn how to do this on my own. He goes, so where I'm at right now is I'm trying to find that delicate balance on how do I know that my kids understand that they have more than most people. This isn't the norm. How do I teach them the value of $1? And how do I keep them enthused on trying to grow and not trying to look at what I have as being the epitome of what life is? They have to understand this is not the norm. This doesn't happen for everyone. And I think that's a huge, huge lesson to learn and one to pass on to your kids, to your friends. You have to understand, we keep talking about somebody else's success has nothing to do with your success. Just like, hey, what they eat don't make you shit, right? That's the truth. So you have to go to work and do what you got to do for you. You might have the best friends in the world and they all might be trillionaires. That doesn't mean you're even going to be a millionaire unless you start emulating those things that they're doing and getting in the room with your catfish and kicking the shit out of your catfish, or hell, just start running from it to get yourself some movement. Either way, that's what's going to get you stronger. That's what they've done. They've been doing that the whole time. I promise you, if you talk to any one of them, if they don't have problems that they're dealing with in their business right now, Just like G. Yamazawa said, they've got problems that money can't fix. And those are the real problems out there. If they could write a check for it, it ain't a problem, right? That's the thing. So you have to put yourself in a position to understand the real problems are those catfish that are keeping you from doing things. Get in the room with them. Go get in the room with them. Sometimes you just got to get face to face with those things. I've done that. We talked about it the other day. That's how you become strong on your own 2 feet. That's how you burn the boats, Cap.
Hey, same page? Can you say same page? Who's to say, who's to know? Man, said there at the beginning, find a catfish. You know, so many people in life, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. Sure you do, fat ass. Go step on the scale.
You'll find a catfish real quick right there.
Sure you do, dumbass. Go open a book.
That was mine. Well, that's what
sure you do, dipshit. Go watch a podcast. Like, you know what to do. You know the first step. Oh, I don't know how to start business. Write down what you want to do. Write the pros and cons down. Like, start working towards it. But so many people say, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to. You got to go make yourself uncomfortable. I mean, for crying out loud, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Shout out Ralph Waldo Emerson. You got to get out of your comfort zone. And most people are just not comfortable hanging out with those catfish, hanging out with the trials and the tribulations. It's why I talk about all the time standing at the fork in the road, and you look left and it's rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorns, and you look right and it's the valley of the shadow of death and muck and mire. That's this right here. It's making that conscious decision to say, I don't want to live a fluffy, cushy life. I don't want it to be easy, because I know if I choose to do the hard things, then that is going to be so much more rewarding. I'm going to get more out of that at the end of the day. Maybe the products aren't there, but the process and who I'm becoming is much better than anything I could ever acquire. And the better you become, the more people are going to take notice, the more people you're going to be able to get around, the better your network's going to become, and the better you're going to get. But it just doesn't happen if you just stay in a cushy, easy life and you just keep going about it day in and day out. And, oh, hopefully something will all turn up. And that's why I always say, no grass goes under my feet. If I feel like I'm stagnant or something's happening, I purposely put myself in the fire. I purposely throw myself back in the forge and say, what the hell do we got to do? I need something. I need some fire under my ass. I can't live this simple, easy, cushy, nothing's going on, because then I know I'm not changing. I know I'm not growing. And we talked about it yesterday. I change with intention. I don't change just because the pain of life becomes too great for me to remain the same. I change because I want to be better. I change because I do want to be a millionaire. I do want to drive that car. I do want to have that house. But I can't do that unless I do what you just said, Swirl, is measure up and start living that life already and start trying those things and start getting in those lanes and getting myself in the car and actually going around the damn track. The only way you don't win the race is if you don't get in the car. I was having that conversation with Mama Capp this past weekend. I said, you know what? Sometimes you get in that car and it's Talladega and you didn't prepare for Talladega. And oh shit, you go around and laps and 249th and you're still in the back. But guess what? They've only known you for 249 laps. They didn't know you for the 250th. They didn't know you for that last opportunity you had to hammer down and send yourself to the front of the pack while they were all coasting nice and easy, cushy. Turn. You were having to figure out how to coast, to get around, gain a little traction, do a little slingshot, engage. My fans of Talladega Nights, who's to say, who's to know? You got to do something a little different. And the only way you don't win, and maybe you lose the race. Maybe you come in second, maybe you come in third, but I'll tell you what, you never get a chance to get in the Sprint Cup standings again if you don't show up to the next race, if you don't get in it again, if you don't start sending that car around the track again. And that's what we talk about over and over and over and over and over. And the only way you can get better is to learn these things on your own. You just have to intentionally throw yourself in the shit and say, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I don't know, but I'm going to figure this out one way or another. And that's why the biggest names you know have become successful. It's that mental fortitude of saying, you know what? This ain't a trial. This ain't a tribulation. This is an opportunity at triumph. This isn't a loss. This is just a lesson. This isn't a failure. This is just a brand new chance to flourish. Hell, this ain't even an obstacle. This is just a brand new opportunity. It's that mindset that will allow you to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, man. You see right there, JK, small time. Adversity is just life's nudge. Without it, there is no change. And we talked about it yesterday for sure. People that are successful find the catfish immediately. They look for the catfish. They're not just trying to find it. They go in every single area of their life and look for the catfish. They want that change because they know if they try to stay stagnant, life will change on them and it won't be on their terms. And they'll be at Talladega not knowing what the hell they're doing. So you know what's different about those people? They get involved right away. They look around and find, okay, where's the adversity? Where's the challenge? How can I overcome it? Oh, there's the catfish. Hold on. Push it back in the room and get in the room with that thing and figure out how to make it work, how to make it, what makes it go, right? That's the thing about it. There was a guy in my past that good mentor of mine. And one thing he said to me, and he always said this when I was feeling like I was going to do something amazing. Are you about to make it do what it do? You about to make it do what it do? And you got to think about that for a second. What does that mean? Well, if you look at a video game and are you about to make it do, what does that mean? I'm going to show you how this game works. I'm going to destroy this game. I'm going to show you how you hit the top levels on this game, right? Let's just talk about a slot machine. Hey, you're going to make it do what it do? Most people go up to the slot machine. They just hit that thing and, well, one, it's okay. See you later. But there's people there that will make that machine do what it's supposed to do. And you hear it going, bing, 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 ching, 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 ching. And everybody's like, hey, what's going on over there, right? They're making it do what it do. That's the thing. You have to literally find the catfish so that you can find out, how do I make what I'm doing more streamlined, more efficient? How do I become better? How do I become stronger in these lanes, right? That's what it is. Whatever lane it is you're trying to get into, whether you're writing a book, you're doing a podcast, you write music, you're going to the gym, you're just trying to diet, doesn't matter. Are you making it do what it do? When you go to the gym, is it creating a win, right? When you're going to eat, are you making it do what it do? Is it helping your body look better? You don't even got to go to the gym. If you eat right, you'll see a change. I guarantee it'll happen, right? So that's the key. Create the momentum. Find the catfish that's actually holding you back. And maybe they're not even holding you back. Maybe it's just a catfish that's got maybe just a little restrictor on that thing. You take that restrictor off and that plate can hit the ground now and we can get all the gas out of this machine. So you have to look at it. Sometimes the catfish isn't completely stopping you. Sometimes it's slowing you down. And that could be the thing that's creating the problem in you, in the goal that you're trying to achieve. And again, it's not even about the goal. It's about the process of getting to it. Because once you get there, it's time to find another catfish.
Yes, man. Just, so much good perspective already this morning. And it's just, that just speaks to the conquering the mountain and looking over and seeing a new peak, right? Are you a climber or are you just a sitter, right? What's your title? Are you a climber or are you a sitter? You got to your peak. Okay, now I'm good. I'm done. No problems, no issue. All right, it's all good. I could not live a life where I don't have challenge. I don't have opportunities of growth. I don't have trial and tribulation. I mean, pressure, stress. It's always good. It's always good. And all it comes down to is your mindset. I'm telling you guys, I battled adversity after adversity after adversity in my young life, trying to figure this fucking thing out. And I would always just get so mad. Oh, here's adversity again. Son of a bitch. Call Mama Capp. Oh, my, I can't figure that out. Again, just acting like a little bitch. Not able to control my emotions. Not able to get my shit in check. Acting like a little pussy, for crying out loud. Now, when adversity comes in my life, I say, oh, what's going on with you? Oh, you're back in my life. It must mean something good's coming. All right, you son of a gun. It's just that simple change in mindset, knowing that shit. If something's going down right now, you know what? I just got to be happy. I just let me be grateful. Let me smile. Let me keep my mentality in check, because all that's happening in this, when a trial or tribulation in your life comes, is that life is testing you. God is testing you, especially if you asked, here I am, send me. He's testing you. He's just saying, are you sure you want it? You said you did. All those nights when you laid flat on the floor crying and bawling your eyes out day after day after day and praying my name. Now that you've gotten through those feelings, here's another adversity. Are you sure you still want that? Do you remember those times when you were begging and pleading for me and now you want to give up just because there's a little catfish in your tank? Who are you? I made you to be a codfish to go all over this entire world, and now you're going to throw in the towel just because you got to deal with the little catfish? That's what it is. Embrace challenge with a happy heart. Be ready to get after it. Get up every single day and say, you know what? Whatever comes my way, I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to make it happen. What'd you throw up there, Deez? I saw that Pride Stanford. Pride's been in there going crazy.
Yeah. And look, Pride's excited down there. He says, I made it because we popped he got a comment on screen. So adversity is like a box of chocolates.
This man is out here losing his mind in the doggone live chat.
He is being the catfish in the chat right now. Are you not noticing this?
I'm noticing every bit of it.
Chat, just prodding Ted, going over here, picking on Chris Swole, also Swamata, got Maka going. Bro, I'm telling you, he's literally doing it. He even said, what if you're the catfish? I think he is the catfish. But even better, if you are the catfish, you know what? Look yourself in the mirror and fix that shit. That's what it's all about. I'll tell you, the one thing you said, hey, you were made to be shipped across this entire world. Hey, I'm about to go on a little trip today. I'm about to go do my thing, right? I'm going to go make it do what it do where I go, right? So as I'm out there, I'm always going to be thinking, hey, I think I've got this. I've always feel like, hey, I've got it handled. But when something does come up in front of me, I get excited. You know why? Because it's the same reason, and you might not have been here when I had, man, this was probably 200 episodes on Java and Jams, but back then. But I remember one of my leadership was having a intense talk with me at one time. One of those coaching conversations. Hey, nobody's above coaching. So let me just say that. And while it was happening, I'm sitting there, not saying much, smug. But then all of a sudden, I just start smiling. I can't help smile. I start smiling. And all of a sudden, and he's mad, and I'm smiling. I can't help it. And he goes, are you laughing at me? Are you smiling? I was like, nope, no, sir. Nope, not. He's like, why are you smiling? I was like, because this right here seems tough. And when challenges come, I know life is growing me. So I'm smiling because I'm ready for the lesson. Think about that. Do you smile when you get punched in the face and come back for more? Do you smile when somebody's bitching you out or telling you can't do what you're supposed to be doing or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? Do you smile or do you look back and just start looking down and getting sad and thinking negative thoughts? But you know what it is? That's the catfish yelling at you saying, hey, by the way, you're not paying any attention. So what you got to do is smile at that, because that means your life's about to change in one way or another. Either it's going to force the change on you or you're going to make the changes that creates the change you need it to make. So that way it happens on your terms. I mean, this really rolls into what we were talking about yesterday too. So when things happen and you're getting punched in the face, hey, sometimes you got to put that smile on, because you got to realize, hey, I'm about to learn something. And maybe you do. And I told Cap the other day, I had some crazy news come to me the other day. And I was like, hey, even if this doesn't happen, I have to learn from this, what happens right now. And I even told Motion the other day, I've got to learn from this. There's certain things immediately that popped out when that happened. I'm like, ooh, catfish here, catfish there. Oh, shit, there's some catfish around here I need to handle, right? So that's sometimes the way you have to diagnose and see where they're at. Is you gotta wait for that stuff to happen to you. And boom, there it is. But if you're handling it every day, you'll go find the catfish before it finds you.
You certainly will. You certainly will. Do you smile, man? Whew. I think that is why me and Swirl One are always so fucking happy. Always so grateful. Always so energetic. Because what's the fucking alternative?
What is the alternative?
Alternative.
I'm not going to be Eeyore, dude. Come on.
And what's crazy is you think about that thought, and maybe those of us that are the most energetic, most excited, most hyped up for life have gone into the deepest battles with ourselves and won. And we know how dark we can be, how angry, how shitty, how terrible of a human being we can be. And we don't want anything to allow us to ever get back to that. That's how I feel. And that's why I view, every single day, I just view my challenges and I say, what the fuck? I've made it through so much, but how can I not make it through this? How can I not look this trial in the eyes? And fuck it, I don't even view them as trials. Defeat and retreat are not in my vocabulary. I don't give up. I don't show up on shows and say, I'm the guy that doesn't quit. I'm the type of guy, you don't know me, bro. I'm different, bro. No, I am different. I just let my actions speak for myself. You think I'm going to quit? You think this isn't going to go somewhere? Hey, bub, pull up your fucking seat, grab your 3D glasses, and you might as well go hit the concessions for an extra bucket of popcorn because this show ain't ending no time soon. We're going to be here. This is what it is, man. And, you know, I keep thinking about it. Like there's the solidified of the field of where we're at, of these lanes and everything. And then there's us. There's nobody doing it out there like us, Swirl One. I'm going to talk that sweet shit because we are out here not just saying what everybody else is saying and, oh, trials and shit. We're tackling it in an entire different mindset and giving people the things that they need to hang on to actually survive this thing called life. And better yet, not just survive, to actually thrive in this thing called life. It's easy to make content that is bullshit and clickable and, you know, it makes people fly off the handle and talk about this and that. It's hard to make this type of content. It's hard to take your walls down and say, yeah, I fucking suck. I'm terrible. This is where I messed up. Use my fuck ups for your advantage. Let me be the lighthouse in the distance while you're out there surfing the waves of change that helps bring you back to the dock. Let me be that. I don't want to be that sometimes. I don't want to have to go through those adversities. But look, I did it, so you can too.
Bro, hit the nail right on the head. Maybe it's the people that are the most excited, the most energetic, the most pumped up, that have been through the most adversity and have seen the worst of themselves. And I will raise my hand high as high can be. I can be ruthless when I want to be. I don't like that part of me. I don't want to be that person. I have seen myself pushed to the edge of a very ugly person where I didn't want to be at all. I can't even tell you. And it's not even embarrassing. It's just one of those things where I realize that in all of us, we all have that inner beast that can come out. And if you can't tame that beast and understand it and use it for good, then that's on you. Because the one thing I'll tell you is every time I get up, I know that beast is there, and I can choose to use this energy I have right now to go completely negative and use all. Because trust, I tell you, just as energetic as I am and positive this way, the opposite is true. I can be the absolute beast on the other side of that. And that's not one thing I ever want to do. I don't keep people around me that bring out that in me. I don't do those kind of things. I was saying it the other day. I don't bring about any negative energy to me because, like I said, if you can't think positively, then just don't think negative. They just think neutral, right? And after you think in neutral for a while, maybe you can start thinking positive. But just do me a favor. Don't say stupid shit to yourself. Not in your head, not out loud. Don't say results to things that you don't want to happen. Don't say it out loud. Don't give that thing power ever, no matter what it is. Because at the end of the day, you've got to take the power from that negative energy and you've got to apply it to that positive side. There's no way I can't walk out of this place and be excited for everything I'm going to see today. I'm about to travel across the beautiful United States of America in a wonderful day of that God's given me. And I've got the gift of my two eyes opening up. Why would I waste that? Why wouldn't I be the change in everybody's day everywhere I go? And that way, when they're having a bad day and I talk to them, they could be my new Miss Kathy. Just literally, I'm going to a brand new hotel tonight. I've not been to it. I don't know anybody there. The one I wanted to go to was sold out. So all of a sudden, I know I'm going to meet new people there. It's going to be a brand new situation. So guess what? I'm going to be somebody who Miss Kathy wants to meet because that's what I want to be. And every day, I just want to be positive. I want to be good. And if I can't be positive, I'm at least just going to be neutral. I'm not going to be negative.
Bruh.
Yeah. That part right there. Boy. If you ain't got a page full of notes, hell, even 2 pages full of notes. You're holding. I mean, we're giving you the secrets right here. These are secrets right here this morning. I'm feeling great.
Let's go.
I'm ready to tackle.
Shout out everybody that's tuning in, man. Come on.
Hey, for real. Hey, excuse me. I got to tell you. 189 concurrents right now, live in prime time. Shout out to all of you beautiful human beings, man. Woo. Man, shout out. Can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, and we've said something that maybe made you laugh, made you cry, made you think, or you just said, I never thought of it that way before. Well, hey, subscribe, turn on those notifications, hit that like button, whatever platform you're on. Let the people know you tuned in to Forge and Fuel. Let them know why you're here this morning. We can't thank you enough when you do. It only helps us continue to grow.
Don't be rude.
And catch the flow each and every day. Baby. Well, my friends, that is your first segment of the day. Your sharpening session, talking about adversity being your worst enemy and your best friend. I got me some good notes here already. And I'm ready to keep this proverbial show train steaming on down the track to change. As we get into the second segment of the day, more growth, more perspective, more vibes inbound your way once we dive into that reaction refinery. Bang. Finish my baby. Who's say, who's no? D's is quick on the transition. Shout out D's. As always, we appreciate all.
As I was saying,
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
if you know, you know.
Shout out D's. We appreciate you, brother. And hey, if you don't know, you won't know. But that little transition song there is by my man, Sebastian Luck. Little Stratonites for you. If you want to go to SoundCloud, just type in Stratonites by Sebastian Luck, and you can find that whole song there. Ooh, ooh, wow, wow, wow. I'm telling you, it's nice. It's some nice
Makes
shit.
you think I should probably make that song that we have that starts this a public song instead of a private song right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool, you know, so that way, like, I wouldn't have to go gank it off of SoundCloud and fucking, you know.
Just ask me for the actual file. I did make
You
it,
were
so
busy, pal. You had shit going on. You were on a tin can. I had shit to do. I wasn't waiting around for you to get me the raw files. I had things to
My bad.
accomplish.
My bad.
Who
Hey,
cares?
I just
We're
brought
here
a
now.
catfish in the room.
Here we are now. Who's to say? Who's to know? I said that the other day. Hey, fuck you! Don't look at me like that. Did you just call me a catfish? Fuck you! Oh shit! All right, my friends. Let's get into it. Oh, we're feeling good. We're feeling great. It's a beautiful Tuesday, October the 15th, 2024. And let's keep waking up like never before. We got a little bit of a theme going on here today. If you don't know, you won't know. Deezy's about to go from 6 to midnight. I mean, he's already back there in the green room just cheesing ear to ear already. I mean, he is ecstatic. I told him about this last night. He said, oh, let's fucking go. So, my friends, if you don't know, you won't know. But this past weekend was the Mr. Olympia. Yes, that's right. And maybe you're not all the way privy, but that is the premier bodybuilding competition in
The Super Bowl
the
of
world.
bodybuilding, right?
It's the Super Bowl, baby. I mean, we've had guys like Arnold. we could go down the whole doggone list. It is what you want to be. Now, they do have a few different sections. They have, the physique. They have the swim trunk. They got the whole shit, right? But they got the big dogs. They got some of the big dogs, the ones, the Arnolds, the Jay Cutlers, the big dogs. So I thought, well, maybe we bring in some of those big dogs. Maybe we let them share a little bit of their perspective. And maybe some people might be thinking, well, I don't want to hear about the gym today. Well, they ain't going to be telling you about the gym. Maybe they just got big muscles and some big old brains to go with them too. And one thing you may not know is we're going to start off with a little longer clip. A little longer than we've ever done before, I believe. But I believe it's going to stir up a lot of good perspectives. See, this young man made an announcement that nobody was anticipating this past week.
How you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
DZ is steady grabbing
He's
his
been
tissue right
crying.
now.
He's been crocodile tears since the doggone announcement was made on Saturday afternoon. Who am I talking about? The legendary Chris Bumstead, 6-time Olympia physique winner, here this morning to give us his final words from the Olympia stage.
6 years ago, in 2019, before I ever won the Olympia, I said I was going to set the standard for what the classic physique division was going to become. And I had no idea what I was saying at the time. I was a young, ignorant kid just chasing after a dream. And here we are, 6 years later, 6 of these around my neck. And I hope I've done that, but I hope I've done it a different way than I meant in the moment, where it wasn't so much about my physique and what I'd done, but how I did it and who I was, who I became along the way. Yeah, it's with, I think a lot of people know what's coming tonight, and it's with a really bittersweet feeling that this is gonna be my last time up on the stage. The past 8 years up here have been the most amazing journey in my life, and I wouldn't change a thing. I really hope I hope I've set the standard. You know, I hope I've done that in a way where people are inspired to take up their own things, and I've tried to share what was truly important to me on this journey. I've talked about, you know, feeling the highs, feeling the lows, feeling it all. If you numb the bad, you numb the good. Doing the hard shit, all that stuff, but the hard shit's not about showing up in the gym, working out hard. It's the stuff that's actually hard to you. It's the stuff that you don't want to do, whether it's going up to your wife, telling her you're having a hard day and that you need a hug, and you just being vulnerable enough to cry in front of her, telling your friend you love them, or walking away from something that you love because you know you have faith that there's something greater for you beyond the horizon. And you know, I've put myself out there, and I've sacrificed a lot over the past few years, and a lot of that's been mental peace. You know, I put a lot of pressure and expectation on myself, and it's been rewarded, and I'm so grateful, but I'm ready to step down from this and let someone take the spot. And I've learned the most beautiful thing, that when you get handed everything you ever wanted, that sometimes it's the simplest things right in front of you, like your family, the people who love you, the small moments in between that mean so much more.
Pretty powerful stuff, man. You know, there's a lot of things he said in there that, and shout out, that was heartfelt. You could tell it's tough for, you know, and we're all people, we're all just humans, and we all feel emotion. And anytime you've put any type of real energy into something for, you know, 2 years, 6 years, 10 years, what have you, 6 years was probably just what you've seen. He's probably been doing it for a lot longer than that, obviously. But with that being said, it hits you hard when you're about to walk away from something, right? And so I wrote that away. And you guys hear me say it all the time. I'm ready to sell everything. I'm not afraid of selling everything. I'll get rid of everything. I don't have no problem with that. You know why? Because I've lost everything before and I've gotten it back. And I have always had faith that life is going to bring me something better. No matter what I gave away, it's going to replace it with something better. I'm going to have a better life, wife. I'll have all the things I need at the end of the struggles that I keep going through. And, you know, there's something to be said about a guy like that. And I talked to my boy Frank about this the other day. And trust me, there's a lot of people out there that are successful, but it takes an insane amount of mental fortitude to be a guy like Chris Bumstead. It takes an extremely insane amount of obsession to become that. It's not just go to the gym and this is what you're going to be. No, when he says it's the little things, that man had to look at every single thing he's done in his life to create what he is. If you think about what it takes to become somebody like a Marshmello or a Chris Bumstead or a DJT or whatever it might be, the amount of work that that person has to put in to be able to create that kind of figure is beyond anything you can ever imagine. So that emotion that you're seeing right there is all of those catfish, all of those years, all those fights, everything coming back and saying, you know what? You didn't think you could do it, and here you are. And it's your body telling you, and it's excited for you, and it's congratulating you. And my hat's off to that guy, because in a life of abundance, you walk away from what you love because something good is still coming.
Yeah. Definitely some heartfelt words there from the legendary C-Bum. You know, talked about a lot of things, a lot of good stuff in there. And one of the things he said that got me was, if you suppress the bad, you suppress the good. You have to live through it all. You got to deal with the highs. You got to deal with the lows. You got to deal with the in-betweens. It's what we've been talking about today. If you don't have the adversity, you're never going to grow. If you run from adversity, you're never going to have that great life. You're never going to be able to reach those goals. And what he said at the beginning, and I hope I want to set the standard of what it means to be the men's physique division. And I hope I did it differently. I meant it totally differently in that moment. And I really started thinking about that. You know, my famous quote, "I'm a millionaire, they just haven't paid me yet." When I first started saying that quote, it was because I wanted to be a millionaire. But now it's because of what it will make of me to become a millionaire, of who I will become because I got to a millionaire, of what I will be because I battled and struggled and toiled. because not everybody just gets to wake up on a Tuesday morning and be a millionaire. It just doesn't happen. It takes a lot of work, a lot of adversity, a lot of catfishes over and over and over again, and being willing to be on the top of your game every single day. And sometimes you got to walk away when you're at the top of your game. When you've got it all good, sometimes you got to make that pivot and walk away, and that's what Chris is doing. And I think we're going to see some amazing things from old Bumstead. I certainly do. I don't think this is the last we've heard. I don't think he's just a guy who's going to be on the stage. I think there's going to be some big stuff coming up. And man, I look forward to wherever the hell he goes, because that man he talked about that mental pressure, and he talks about it all the time. And it's just literally goes down to what we talked about today. Everything in between of just dealing with that mental pressure, dealing with the stress, dealing with the shit. And knowing a lot of times, damn, I put this on myself. Maybe if I start wearing life like a loose garment, water off a duck's back, maybe I could start handling these trials and tribulations a little bit easier. Maybe I could turn them into triumphs a whole hell of a lot easier. Who's to say, who's to know? But that's our first clip of the day. Some good reminders from the one and only Chris Bumstead. But my friends, we have some more clips to get into, and these are a little bit shorter. Just wanted to give Chris his opportunity to get it all out there one time for the one time. We say hello to one of my favorite Mr. Olympias of all time. A young man who, when I first started becoming an addict of the iron variety, I found. And I said, oh my gosh, I want to emulate this guy. I want to do what he does. I love his perspective. I love how he talks about food. I love how he talks about weight. This guy right here is the one. If you don't know, you won't know. The legend, 6-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler, here to let us know that he wants to be here. How to train, have one, the second one.
Legs are tough. No one wants to train them, man, but I look forward to my leg workout every single week. Like everyone else is suffering right now, and I'm suffering, but it's really enjoyable for me.
You know, man, if you had to put underneath the title of champion mentality, a lot of quotes go well there, but god damn if this is not one of them. When it gets the hardest, when you're the most depleted, almost everyone, they just don't like that part. They want out. Everyone can train hard when there's plenty of food and not any pressure and you're not fatigued from all of prep. But Jay likes this part the best. And it's probably not a coincidence that he won everything in the sport for half a generation. In your own training, if you can lean in a little bit more into re-architecting, re-caricaturing your vision of what you're doing there as, I want to be here. Even if it's not 100% true, lean into that a little bit more.
100%. And if you guys don't know, that other guy was Mike Israetel, absolute dog, legend in the fitness industry right now. He's been bringing out a lot of cool stuff. Him and Chris Williamson do some good work together. But, you know, Jay was talking about his leg day and how he enjoys it. I love my leg day. Everybody else is walking around all upset and he's, I don't want to be here. I got a leg pain. And Jay Cutler's living life. His shit, I got another opportunity to do another rep to get something out of it. He always would say, I know that if I go get this rep right here, it's going to get me to my ultimate goal of Olympia. And maybe not this rep, but that next rep and that next rep. And I knew every rep was going to get me closer. So he would just do it with love and passion, pure determination in his heart. Why don't you go after your things like that as well? Why don't you get in that moment and just say, hey, here I am now. Whatever it is whatever it is. This mindset right here is literally talking about what we've been talking about all day, enjoying the shit. I want to be here. Not, I have to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. I was given this opportunity to be here. Here I am now. Now what do I got to do with it?
Love it, bro. I tell you what, embrace the suck. That's what I wrote down, because I tell you that's in everything in life. There's nothing that is ever worth achieving that is not going to have some amount of suck to it. It's going to be like, oh man, this is the part of this I hate. People always tell you, oh, this is the part of the job I hate. Or you know what? This is the dirty stuff people don't like to do. Well, guess what? That's the stuff you really got to get good at. And I tell you, the ones that become the best in whatever field it is, they master that thing that everybody hates to do. They're the best at it. That's it. And you know why? because it was the catfish in the room to start everything off. And they said, you know what? If I'm going to get any good at this, nobody can beat this damn catfish. I need to figure out how to ship the cod. So I'm going to figure it out. And guess what? They got the best at it. That's the difference, right? They do the hard things. I talked about it the other day. I hate burpees. I hated them. But you know what? I watched the guy that does them so smooth and fluid. It got me excited about, man, maybe I could do them that easy. And I told you guys the other day, I did a burpee real smooth like that guy the other day. I was like, oh, check this out, right? So sometimes you have to find a way to make the suck fun. And when you do, and you find somebody who does it good, emulate that and figure out how to put your twist on it and make it a little bit better, right? Jared will put right here, lean in a little bit more. I say that all the time. I look at the things that I'm not good at. I get right in there. Literally, why not put the hours in, put the time in, be better than anybody else at the things that you know are the toughest? Because you know what? You can master all those other things that everybody else masters all the time. That's the stuff that's fun. People, oh, I love to do this part of it. Okay, well, we'll get to the fun stuff after I'm done with this. I'll make this fun, and that'll be even that much better for me.
I make the shitty stuff fun. Yeah. Yeah. We make leg days fun around here. Come on, one time. Ooh. The third clip of the day, my friends, features another man who ran the Olympia for the better part of a decade. Before there was the Jay Cutlers and the Phil Heaths and the Sean Rodens and the men you know, the big Rammies of the world, there was Dorian Yates. Mr. Olympia from 1992 to 1997, here this morning to tell us, I have to.
Matter of I want to do this. It was literally I have to do this. It was something inside of me, almost like, it's hard to describe, but it's almost like I knew that I was going to be something different. I always knew, and then I got this thing, this is it. I didn't have to spend time doing other things. I had income coming in. And the ironic thing is, like, when you're starting out and you really need the help, you don't get any. And nobody really understands. Nobody really understood what I was doing. Even my girlfriend or anyone that was around me didn't understand what you're doing here is a bit strange. Why are you eating every 3 hours? Why are you doing this? Why are you just, you don't want to go out, you don't want to do anything, just doing this. This is a bit obsessive. Why are you doing this?
Didn't I say? You got to be a little obsessive. You got to do things that people don't understand. It takes a certain mental fortitude to get to a place that these guys, you have no idea what it takes to be some of these people. It is not what you think. It is everything to them. Every fiber in their body says, I'm going to win. Every fiber in their body says there is no fail. They literally look at the catfish and punch that sucker right in the face every damn day. And that's the difference. A lot of us will get up and choose to win. We will look for a way to win even when down by 30. That's the difference. Others will look for a way to save face. What are you trying to do? You trying to win? You trying to put points on that board? Because that's what it takes. A complete obsession with yourself and your goals. Find the 4 or 5 things and lock them down. That's what locked in looks like. That guy right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, I read a post from Grant Cardone the other day. In order to be successful, you have to get out of the 9 to 5 and start working the 95. And everybody's in the comment section. Oh, how can I work 95 hours a week? What the fuck? Well, I just put a nice little comment. If you look at it, it's only 13 and a half hours a day. And if you want to be a millionaire, chances are you're probably going to have to work more hours of the day in that. And that's why we recommend 5 things at the Diamond Hand Media Group, putting all your focus on those and chipping away a little something every single day. You're not balls to the walls every single second in the 95. That's why everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I can set my own schedule and it's all cushy and I love it so much. You're not always balls to the wall in that 95, but a lot of the time you are. And then all of a sudden, things start to happen. Things start to clip for you. You start to realize, oh shit, I have been checking the boxes towards this. Oh shit, everything's been aligning. And then, oh my gosh, I'm the version of me that I wanted to become. That's how it happens, right? But you can't do it if you have the, I don't want to, oh man, I gotta do this again. I gotta be here. No. I don't want to be here every single morning. I have to be here every single morning. I have to show up. There are people that depend on me and my message every single day. I am put on this earth and I've been given messages and thoughts and perspectives that nobody else holds. And if I sat in my room and didn't bring this out to the world, I would be doing my creator a disservice. I have to be here because of him. There was somebody in the shorts comment section yesterday. Hey, hope you're tuning in live, dickhead, talking about, oh, I'd hide your face if I were you. I don't know if I'd be around. Oh, incel shit. Well, guess who's out here doing it? Guess who's out here making the plays? Guess who's out here making the fucking moves, not hiding in the comment section, not looking like an idiot, right? I mean, what are we talking about, right? I could care less about what anybody thinks. Anybody comment saying that perspective, oh, that's so cringe. Somebody commented on, oh, that's so cringe on one yesterday. I said, thank you, Nathan. We appreciate your feedback. You think I give a fuck? You think I'm gonna sit here in a comment section ringing my, oh no, some Nathan Smith with no profile picture said I'm cringe. I'm never gonna make it. Oh, give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? Who the fuck am I? I wouldn't be me if that's how I operate. Oh, as soon as the camera goes off, I care what everybody thinks. I care about all trials and tribulations. No. I have to be here. I have to show up. I have to make this happen because I know how many people are dependent upon it. I'm obsessed. I'm fucking obsessed. Every fiber of my being, Swirl One. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Bruh. Don't worry about them comments, man. That's a keyboard tough guy, buddy. I tell you, here's the thing. They couldn't even figure out how to turn the camera on or get this thing going like this. I promise you that. So, and that's no shade on them. But here's the craziest thing. I bet if they tried, they might be able to do something positive with their life. So there's that too. I think there's still a chance for people like that. They just got to go find their own catfish. Hey, it might be in the mirror.
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, also, you get to be here. You're right, Angel SD. You're right. You get to be here. I get to be here every day. I get the opportunity. I get the chance. Damn straight. Final clip of the day, my friends, during your reaction refinery, comes from another legend. A man who had many battles with another man we have already heard from this morning. Yes, him and Jay Cutler would go back to back, rear double delts, popping each other's arms into each other's. How you feel? How you fucking feel? Not as crazy as him and Kai Green, but they still would get after it. Who am I talking about? Well, another 5 or 6 time winner, I can't remember, but enough Olympia medals on his mantle to make you go, what the hell have you been doing? We're talking to Phil, the Gift, Heath. And this morning, he's going to tell us about the gift.
To remind each and every one of you, you're one of one. You are designed to be unique. One of one. That means that you are not a duplicatable asset. Think about that. They can't copy you. They can try. They're gonna try, but they can't. And that means that you have some special abilities, some special gifts. I'm nicknamed the Gift, but every one of you have the same, just a little different.
He says, I'm
Man, that was awesome. I love it. He needs to work on his cardio a little bit. He was out of breath, but other than that, hey, we're good. Hey, if you can't walk around on stage, I caught that.
Bro, all bodybuilders, bro. All bodybuilders start talking and they just get to out of breath. Boy, it's so funny. They all look so good and they can't fucking talk. But man, Phil's talking about that gift.
He's right.
Yes,
you are unique. You've got your own DNA, your own thing about you. I've talked about this all the day. We're all created equally, but we don't grow up equally. So when it starts to become older in adulthood, we're not equal anymore at all. I'm sorry, hate to say that. You are better than me at something. I am definitely better than you at something. That's life. That there's nothing I can do about that. That becomes that's life.
That's life.
That's life. Right. So, but you literally. You learn across the entire spectrum of your life what's going to make you good at something, right? Friend the other day, hey, this is the only thing I'm good at. How can I really get good at it? Well, guess what? It's that exact mindset. This is what I'm good at. I am unique in this one thing. I'm going to take that as far as I possibly can. Shout out to Breadheads. They knew that they could do something like that. Guess what? They're unique in one thing. They do exactly that so well. Simply Soapology, same idea. They do exactly that so well. Radio Free Hub City, they stay in their lane and do exactly that so well. So it takes somebody that can sit there and say, you know what? I'm going to be the best at what I'm best at, and I don't care what everybody else is doing. I'm not what their opinion of me again, Cap. It's none of our business, bro.
I don't worry about it for half a second. And you know, Phil talks about the gift, and I've mentioned it before. What is the gift? Where are you unique? What is your one of one? It's the thing that you do with the least amount of effort, but produce with the best quality. If it's bodybuilding, if it's painting, if it's DJing, if it's computer coding, if it's fucking Photoshop editing, I don't know what it is. I'm coming up with random bullshit right now. You're telling me you don't know your gift? I'm just coming up with shit off the top of my dome. Hell, it could be making baseballs, huh? Shit, you could be great at making baseballs. Hell, you could be great at making hockey pucks. Shit, you could be a great toothpick salesman. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit off the shelf. And you're telling me you can't find your gift? You can't get excited? You can't get fired up for life? You're telling me you don't know what to do? That's what I was talking about earlier. If you're a fat ass, go stand on the scale. I guarantee you're going to know what to do. It's not that hard. Just wake up in the morning and say, holy shit, this is where I'm failing. This is where I'm struggling. This is where I know I can get better, and go do that thing and then apply your gift. You are unique. You are one-on-one. I saw Jared say, I can't stop winning. I'm not going to get left behind. I refuse to be left behind. The one above that, D's. I refuse to be left behind. 1% every day. I'm not going to get left behind. No, thank you. I'm not going to surround myself with humming beans that are growing and leveling up and learning how to make their own baseballs every day and sitting over here clicking my pen and not figuring out how to make my own. I'm going to do it myself. Well, maybe I'm not good at making pens, but maybe I'm good at making mouses. Oh, maybe I'm good at making vapes. You know, I don't know. I don't know what you're good at, but you can certainly find something laying around that'll get you to where you want to be. You just got to want to approach it, friends and family. Woo! Ooh. Oh, man, I kind of blacked out. I was just pulling shit off my shelves. I don't even know. How did I get here? What happened? Where did... Hello? Oh, hello? I don't... Where? Hello? I don't know where the fuck I'm at right now. Just live in prime time.
Look like you're right here, bro. Looks like you're doing good.
Okay, all right. I guess... Snoop Dogg.
I don't know where that came from, but I'm with it.
You know, just a little silence breaker. Kind of felt good down in the soul right there. Every time you hear a little Snoop D-O-double-G and Doc D-R-E, I mean, it's hard not to get a little something going in the shoulders. Who's to say?
I think last night, as I was literally sitting down, I told you I had like 20 minutes. I just sat there in silence. I saw that he like does Monday Night Football stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that he came out and was singing between that thing or rapping. Please forgive me. I don't follow Snoop very much.
Bro,
I don't watch TV. So, hey, and I only watch it for like 20 minutes. And I can tell you right now, I realize why I don't watch TV.
Yeah, man. Who's to say? Who's
hey,
to know?
I'm
gonna tell you what, though.
This is when I watch the TV. This is what I see.
I'm gonna tell you what, though. O-D-O-double-G, hey, he's been getting after it. He's even doggone.
From the guy. He's a gangster.
Hey,
literally.
And he's coaching on The Voice. You see that? He's a doggone voice coach now. He's out there making moves, making
more side quest than anybody I know. I love it.
Insane.
He's been side quest,
and now he's like the main character. He's like the main character on The Voice now. First season, and they're making
like a real life Sims game.
Yeah. Hey, between him and Shaq, it's absolutely insane. Like that, you want to live life. Yeah. That's how you live life.
Hey, might be hanging with Shaq here soon. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Oh, little Diesel. Oh, little DJ Diesel. Who's to say? Who's to know? Well, there are your 4 clips of the day, my friends. Hope you enjoyed that perspective. Hope you enjoyed the clips. But we keep this proverbial show plane soaring through the skies of change. Man, sometimes they just come to me. As we get to the final segment of the day, we dive into the live chat. No emails overnight, baby. It is your answers from the Anvil. Alrighty then, my friends. The chat's been hot this morning. I've been seeing the people go crazy all morning long. We've been tripping triggers left, right, and center. So, my friends, it's time to dive in. It's time to see what the people are saying and maybe answer a few questions and give some additional perspective. So, Mr. Producer, DEEZYY, wherever you're at back there, I don't know, somewhere in the green room. Hey, give us something today, my guy. Mama Cap says, did someone say tacos? Oh, who's to say? Who's to say? Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Who's to say? Who's to know? Great morning, GP. Grammy P says, morning, family, to all you beautiful humming beans. Live dog. The BRYANDOGG. Great morning. Hope you all fuel up to a great day. Nick's Travel Vlogs. Great morning, Nick. Great to see you in here, brother. Awesome to see your face in the chat again. Delta 24. What's up, Antony? GM FNF peeps. Thanks for being here this morning, Antony. Thanks for starting your day the right way. Nick's Travel Vlog says, I haven't posted content in a hot minute here on YouTube, but will be this weekend. Uh-oh, looks like we might be inspiring people, Swirl One. We might be getting people fired up to get back in their zone. Come on, Nick. I love to see it. Breadheads unite. We love our grateful breadheads. Shout out to Pride and Kelly O. Stanford. If you don't know, you won't know, but they're some of our OGs of the OGs here at the Diamond Hand family. Shout out to the Stanfords. Jeff Oglesby is swirl your catfish. Yeah, a lot of times, honestly, you know what? Because a lot of times I just get to going and I get to flowing and I black out, and then I can just feel his judgmental eyes saying, just slow down, relax. Why are you so hyped up and excited? And then he just comes in and laughed, and then I'm sorry. That was all a fib. That was all made up. I'm fucking around. Who's to say? Who's to know? Who's to say? Who's to know? No, Swirl is not my catfish. Pride Stanford is my fucking catfish. That's who's my catfish. Pride Stanford's my catfish. Yes, all morning. I'm just seeing him come. I'm like, oh fuck.
Catfish all morning.
I'm like, the fucking low-tech man figured out the YouTube chat. Oh no, we're doomed. Shout out Pride. What else we got, D's? Chris Aswomala. He says, it's contrast that makes the difference. Without the negative, we can't appreciate the positive. Without lack, we can't understand abundance. Without tragedy, we can't truly appreciate triumph. And that is from Finish Empty by our good friend of the program, Joshua Metcalf. Shout out Joshua Metcalf, that new book, Finish Empty. A lot of the fam have already banged that out, read the whole thing. Maybe it's time we bring Joshua back around the bend. Who's to say, who's to know? What else we got on the show, D's? Our guy Malka, our brother from the land down under. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Ooh, hey,
big brain.
That's a big brain alert right there. Oh yeah, shout out Malka. That's a great one. What else we got out there? DEEZYY, my guy. Scrolling through the chat. Who's to say? Who's to know? He's picking out a good one. I see him. I see the gears turning. I see the smoke flying out of his ears. JK Big Time says, a retired chief warrant officer once told me, for every adversity, there is an equal or greater seed of benefit. You doggone right there is. You just got to be willing to plant that seed and watch it grow. Come on, don't you know? What else we got out there, D's? Uh-oh. We got us a question, Swirl. Great morning, Colton Swirl. When a new adversity first hits, what are a few actions you take or would recommend that others do?
I'm going to smile first. Realize right away, hey.
Why are we always on the same page?
You got to smile. Hey, if you're getting tested, it means you're alive and it means you're doing something. So that's the first off. Get excited. And then really, depending on what the challenge is, I try to look at it from a 30,000-foot view first. Is it something I can personally change quickly with, my own hands, or is this going to require more resources than what I have to my disposal? And then at that point, you start making a plan and attacking it. Sometimes it's one bite at a time, and it won't be something you can get done in a day. Sometimes it takes 6 months or a year, but that's how you assess it. 30,000-foot view, look at it. If you can do something with it right now, you might be able to fix it in a month. But if you can't do it with your own resources, that's what's going to prolong it. So take those bites small and make sure there's a plan to keep eating.
I always ask myself the 3 C's. Did I cause it? Can I control it? Can I change it? And if I can't answer those three, then I need to stop fucking worrying about it. And take it a step further. Is it feeding me? Is it funding me? Is it fucking me? And if it's not, then I really need to stop worrying about it, right? If that adversity is not any of those 6 things, then it is out of my hands. I need to worry about me. And you'll find most of the time those adversities, they aren't in your control. You probably can't change them. You probably didn't cause them, but they're in your life. So you just got to step up. You just got to stand tall. You got to pull your shoulders back and say, all right, I didn't cause it, can't control it, can't change it. So here I am now. What do I got to do right now? And instead of throwing your hands up, it's just the alternative. Throwing your hands up, freaking, oh, another adversity. Another adversity. Here we go, baby. All right, what do we got to do this morning? Let me put my boots on. Woo-hoo. Why do you think we always get so fired up and excited? To keep ourselves excited, because we deal with the same shit every day. We start our days on this level, hyped up, making our beds, doing our things, bringing the energy to this show. So that way, when adversity inevitably hits, we don't fly off the handle. We just grab a hold and say, come on, life, here we go. Woo! And then sometimes take the hands off and say, oh, shit, this is fucking crazy.
Put the hands up, baby. Always. Hands up.
Gotta put the hands up and ride. Who's to say, who's to know? That's what I would say. DEEZY. Thanks for the question, my guy. Kim Jones, I know darkness. I prefer the light. Smile anyway. Ooh, yeah, I prefer that light. Faux show. Angel SD says, who has it like us?
Nobody.
Who's to say, who's to know? Hey, there it is. Nobody. Great morning. Oh, look at the silverback gorilla live in the chat. Shane Harper, a.k.a. Motion, always in revolution. Great morning, family. Let's make it happen today. Hey, we're already making it happen on this side of the screen. Hope you guys are on the opposite side. Radio Free Hub City, our friends over there. The legendary Mr. Ken Buckler says, I walked away from a 15-year career as a federal contractor, and I'm so much better for it. Woo! 15 years, pack it in and walk away just because he wants to be better, baby. Oh, can you do that? Huh. If not, maybe you ought to hit up Ken Buckler. Maybe give you a little advice, a tip or two. Who's to say, who's to know? Jeff Oglesby, being the catfish is good, because without the catfish, the cod wouldn't have been good. So Capp, Swirl, and Deezy, keep being my catfish. Keep pushing me to better for myself and others every day. Ooh, I can, you know what?
Come
I can
on.
be a catfish. I can do
like
that.
I'm okay.
You know, maybe sometimes I say some shit you don't want to hear. You look at the screen, you say, oh, fuck you, Cap. Why'd you say that? And then you realize I was just telling you the truth, and you go and get it. I'm fine with that. You can say fuck you. That's all right. You can give a big old middle finger to the screen. I'll never even notice. Who's to say, who's to know? Anything we got out there, Dees? Sucks working out, but the mirror is looking better. Yeah, Angel SD. Come on, man. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. One day at a time. Mr. Metal, look for the small wins and the big wins will come. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Absolutely. And the little wins can be making your bed, doing the dishes, taking the dog for a walk, and being in the present moment. Holy shit, you're winning. Maybe the big things will be a little easier. Who's to say, who's to know? Anything else we got out there? DEEZY. Anything good coming down the bend? Anything around? My guy. I see the gears still turning, double checking. Okay. That appears everything we got. We mentioned a couple of other comments during the show. Hey, I'm telling you what. Shout out to each and every one of you beautiful humming beings over there in the live chat. What a doggone amazing show this has been here today. 243 concurrent viewers, live in prime time. Hey, man. We used to be on them spaces, barely drawing in 20 people at a time, wondering what the hell are we doing? Where are we going? We know we want to get bigger, better, faster, stronger, and made a little adjustment, a little pivot in the fact that you guys are here every morning supporting us. It's more. You're giving us the chance to just show up every day, share our perspective, share our vibes, get you fired up for the day, man. But That's episode 589, your sharpening session on adversity, your worst enemy and your best friend. Some reactions to 4 Mr. Olympias, and we got into that chat. Some damn good thoughts, great perspectives, a few questions in there. I say that seems like one hell of an episode of Forge and Fuel. DJ Swirl One, you got any final thoughts, reminders, perspectives, anything in between? What do you think about episode 589?
I love it. I have a whole bunch of notes here. I like the catfish. I'm going to start using that. And I might even say, hey, you find your catfish yet? I might ask somebody that and say, what are you talking about? If you don't know, you better know. So, hey, do me a favor. If you like something we said today, clip it up. Maybe you go and clip it and send it out into timeline because it could only help someone else. You never know. We're just putting out that good vibes to the entire world. You guys can help us spread this message. Get Forge and Fuel out to another person who may not have heard of us. Maybe you share the link to Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever and say, hey, have you heard my podcast? Got to go check these guys out. They're awesome. I get started up every day feeling good. This morning, we're talking about this catfish. You won't believe it. Somebody like, catfish? Yeah, catfish. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll check that out. So, hey, I can only thank you guys prior to hoping that you'll do those things. So maybe if you can find it in your heart, please go ahead and do so. Also, have a great Taco Tuesday today. It's going to be an amazing day no matter where you are. That's because your own attitude. You're going to go outside and make it good, or you're going to go outside, hey, thanks for noticing me. Make sure you go out there with a big, bright smile on, a big, bright aura, and a attitude that is wanted to be catched because you know why? They are contagious. So make sure yours is exciting and vibrant because then people will flock to you and be like, I don't know what it is about that guy, but I just want to know more about him, right? That's interesting to me. So there you go. Thank you very much. Forge and Fuel. Cap, I appreciate your time this morning. DZ, also appreciate yours. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hell yeah, Swirl One. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate all your perspectives, all your high-level thoughts, all your insights, everything this morning. Nobody else I'd rather start this day with on this here show. Appreciate you bringing in vibes and helping us all grow. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday because you deserve it, my guy. But for all of you beautiful humming beings tuning in, looking at our smiling faces right now live in prime time, a couple of reminders for you. If you haven't got in the gateway yet, now is one hell of a time. You might say, how can I get involved more with the Diamond Hand fam? How can I get involved with that network? How can I learn more? How can I start to grow mentally and physically, financially every single damn day? Well, the proof is in the pudding over at the gateway. Every single member is leveling up day by day. You just got to open up your eyes and take a look, see, baby. I'm not going to shill it. I'm not going to tell you. You got to pay your dues if you want to find out. But guess what? You can get involved for a whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days for free. You ain't even got to pay us a damn dollar. Free 99. Come on over. Give us a holla. Also, if you want a little bit of merchandise, maybe to rep the show, rep the brand, maybe rep some GACC fam, you can find all of our merchandise stores and pertinent links down there in the comment section. All the good stuff, Mine and Shine Apparel, GACC Pro Shop, everything in between. You can find it in the comment section. No, I'm sorry, the summary section, the description of this here episode. Also, once again, we'll remind you, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on those noties. Hit that like, hit that repost. Make your own clips. We love it. We appreciate when you guys send that stuff out there. We see it. We can't thank you enough. If something tripped your trigger, go clip it up. Throw it out to the world. All we ask is that you don't be a hoe and you just tag the show. Just let the people know who's the crazy guys talking on the screen, and we'll put it all over our timelines. We don't see people post stuff and say, oh, no, we can't repost something from that person. No. We make sure emotional damage. We don't leave you with emotional damage. We make sure we see all your posts and we put them out there again. So, hey, hit a like, hit a comment, hit a share, hit a follow. Leave us some ratings if you're listening to the show. Whatever you got to do, look at that button, smash the hell out of it, and then away we go. As for reminders, that's all I got for the day. Well, I suppose there is a few more. But as far as DHMG and GACC encompassing. But as for this show, there's a few more things I must let you know. Who's to say who's to know? But I'd ask you keep in mind, everybody looking at my face and hearing my voice, that you are kind, you are smart, you are important, and you are loved. Feel that beat right down in your feet. Ooh. Can't thank you enough for being here today. Tuning in and getting them good vibes, baby. I also ask that you remember that number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. Ooh, you hear I waited for that drop? Yeah. Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow. And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind that DHMG, baby, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time for you to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out basis, baby. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Thanks for showing up, starting your day the right way. We hope you have a terrific rest of your Tuesday, unless you have any other plans. If you need some help eating them frogs, holla at your boys. We'll give you a little frog jam. But for now, my friends, for Mr. Producer, DEEZYY, our lightweight slang and iron pumping legend of a guy. For the co-host with the mo-host, Swirl ONE, our traveling man always getting on a tin can to go complete some mission in a foreign land. And for me, your host, COLTCAPP, we hope you have a tremendous rest of your Tuesday. Thanks for starting your day the right way. Here at Forge and Fuel, baby, we hope you're fired up for the rest of this Tuesday. As always, we bid thee adieu, and we say unto you, peace and love.